So what do you get when you mix a grass seed with a poppy seed? Well, you get a daisy flower seed. Apparently that's what you get. And if you take a poppy seed and you put it with another poppy seed, absolutely nothing happens. Okay. So let's go over here really quick. I have one more. We can now get a daisy flower seed. And if we synthesize the daisy flower seed, we can place the poppy flower seed here and then also the daisy flower seed here. Mixing those two together will get us something new. So that's nice. We'll go ahead and do that. I kind of wish there was a way to automate carbon. You got to do this a lot. These carbon extractors, right? They're going to kick stuff all over the ground and everything. Obviously, these bots will go and get it, but they're not bringing it to storage, which is where I would like them to bring it. They should be bringing it to storage, auto storage, but they're not. They're bringing it right here. And so you end up with this manual process of having to go over and get them and then craft them. And I think actually what I'll do to make this a little bit faster is I'm going to bring the crafting station, kind of just bring it right in here in the center. There we go. Just bring it right about there is fine. Yeah. And then that way I can craft these rods really close to the collection point instead of having to go past it all the time. But yeah, this is the process. Fern seeds. All right, so fern seeds, we're going to get another fern seed. Let's grab that. And then we're also going to want to get, I think, a daisy flowered seed. And then also, I think we get another poppy seed as well, which I got to have more carbon for. But you got to have a whole bunch of these combinations and try to unlock them all, basically. So fern and daisy. Then we'll go fern and grass. And then we'll go fern and you get it. Like, we're just going to have to do all the different combinations to really see what we can get from that. And because of this, as we scale up this little genetic experimentation thing, as we scale that up, it's probably a good idea to get a second one of these accelerator things. Yeah. To get a second one of these things, because we are going to be doing a lot of different experimentation, and I don't want to necessarily have to wait for one to finish before we get another one going, right? So I'm thinking we should, let's just make another carbon rod really quick. Yeah, I need another carbon rod. All right, here. We can go ahead and get another one of these done. We'll go genetic collider requires a radiation cell. I'm not sure I have what it takes for that. Hopefully I do. Yeah, I do. Grab that. And then another genetic collider right next to the previous one is likely a good idea. And we'll connect it on that side. It'll be about here. So the seeds will always go, a little bit of space is never going to hurt nobody. Yeah, right about there. There we go. And then, yeah, just back and forth. This is the process. All right. I mean, I could show you every single one of these, but I think if you're playing the game yourself, this is a fairly straightforward experimentation process that you have to do it anyway, right? When you're playing the game, because, oh, hang on. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a poppy seed here. So I have too many items on me in my pack. Yeah. Anyway, I think you get it, right? You don't necessarily need to see every single combination happen, but some of these combinations might be interesting, like store a grass seed, and then you take from the grass seed. If I can, no, I can't. I don't have another seed on me. The Gerbera flower seed. Gerbera flower seed. And then also taking notes, I think, is a good idea in this case too, because you're going to want to, take notes on what you've already tried so that you don't repeat yourself. So this is grass plus Gerbera, which does nothing. Interesting. All right, Gerbera there. And then we can also take and add the poppy seed to it instead. That also doesn't do anything. So there's a limitation to how many combinations it'll actually let you do. If I put two Gerbera together, that doesn't do any. Oh, well, because it's not going to do anything here because it's not plugged in. Hang on, we got to make sure it's plugged in. I guess I'll just take this one from around here. It's fine. Because otherwise it obviously isn't going to work. Yeah, so here's the poppy flower and Gerbera, however you say it. We'll do this plus grass. Yeah, also incompatible. So there's some combinations to play around with here, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time mixing and matching these seeds. And then also, you know, managing the carbon and trying to get carbon rods made over and over again. I feel like I need to move this just a little bit over because it's just a little hard to get those supply right there. So if I move this, I have to move it a good distance and then bring it back where I want it. That's the only way it'll let me do it. So I'll put it there and then from there, bring it back like this. And then I can put it over where I want it. Just have to make sure there's enough space. And that drone is still there. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's going to be in my way. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to tell you to go get more. Give me more carbon. So now it's at least flying where it's supposed to be. And I can go ahead and move it. And it should land right about there is better. Now it gives me plenty of space in between these two things to operate. There we go. That's better. So I just got dandelion, and I'm learning that basically the only combinations you have to pay attention to really are just ones that are right next to each other. So I've got Gerbera, of course. Then there's Lily of the Valley seed, or Lily of the Valley flower seed. And then we just got dandelion seeds. And so the thing is, Lily of the Valley is right here, and then I just put the dandelion here. And that's the only combinations to worry about. So we really don't need two of these. There's only, because you're only going to be able to research one at a time anyway. Now, maybe once we get to these other ones, maybe that won't be the case. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be the same thing. So like as I get dandelion, then I can combine dandelion with something else. Then whatever this is, I'll combine that with, you know, the one next to it. And just keep doing that to where the, you know, these two are get combo together, and then these two, etc. And so I just need another dandelion seed at this point. And then now we have oxygen stage 3. But if I put dandelion right here, then whatever this thing discovers, that's going to be the formula for that. So we don't need two of these, and I can break this down, and that'll just be the way that is. Unfortunately, it would be cool to have them both going at the same time. Maybe once we get shrubs and all that stuff, it'll be different, and we could have, you know, two different formulas going at that time there. So probably carbon extractor tier 2 will get us the shrubs and stuff, right? And then there's the sprinkler tier 2, which is probably what's required to start growing the more advanced stuff. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We get the blueprints kicking out right there. And we'll go ahead and get those put in here. And I'll get the other seed as well too. So the next seed to worry about, the next seed to do is the lupine flower seed. So here's the dandelion seed. We take the lupine flower seed, pop it there, and that's going to be the next one. So probably once we get shrubs and all that stuff, we can do that. But in the meantime, this is just simply not required. We do not need this. We can break that down. Now let's put the blueprints in there and see what it takes to build these things. So I'll have over here, pop that in, that's sprinkler tier 2 and carbon extractor tier 2. So for the carbon extractor tier 2, we need, it's the same ingredients, just one more cobalt, which is nice because it means I can break those other ones down and I just have an extra cobalt. So that's good. And then it looks to me like it is the same amount of water consumption range, consumes a little bit more power, but this one produces solid carbon. This one produces solid carbon rods. So it'll just give me the rods. I don't have to process them anymore. That sounds better because the carbon rods were actually kind of getting annoying. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of stuff that I have to constantly produce and maintain. So it's like, oh, good, I have to make another 7 rods. I don't want to do that again. Well, I don't have to now. I guess it'll just do it for me at this point. So we'll make one more carbon rod out of those. And then love that it just pops into my backpack, man. And then we'll grab this. And then I guess we'll just, we tore that down, so I only need to, I can tear both of them down, I suppose. And since I have all the seeds on me, all the resources are just going to go flying into the air, because of course they are. Yeah. So they're just going to sit out on the ground. And then we'll make the tier 2 carbon extractor instead. And it'll just give me rods directly. That'll be great. All right, way over here, we're going to give the tier 2 sprinkler a shot. So a little separation here. And we'll go ahead and give sprinkler tier 2 a try right over on this side of things. And let's say maybe we put it right about, like, I do kind of want some overlap. I'm not entirely sure how far out it goes. This is definitely going to provide some overlap, but I just think it'll look better if they overlap a little bit. So let's try kind of going by the shadow. And the shadow looks like I can go even further this way. But then again, the shadow is also kind of an angle. So why don't we just try it here for a second and see whether or not that's going to overlap or not. Because I can't really tell. But if it doesn't, then I guess we could move it if it lets me do that. It doesn't let me do that, right? I have to break it down. Yeah. Okay, so on this side, we will place... I don't have grass seeds on me, or do I? I don't have any grass seeds. So we'll have daisies here and ferns here. And let's put poppies right there. But we're going to go get grass as well. And we'll start growing some other stuff right here. And just outside the base range. Got drones zipping around, going out and getting resources. Love it. And I mean, it's going around. Yeah, it's going around. You can kind of see it's huge. And it is definitely overlapping that grassy area. So that's what we want. We want that just a little bit of overlap. So that I get like a nice, like everything is grass. Now, I don't know why I should suspect this. Probably because the whole ground is green now with the algae. But I'm suspecting that everything will end up being green grass once it reaches like 100% on everything. You know, when the progress goes to 100%. I just have a suspicion that that's the way that's going to be. Where are we at here for this? So we have now rose flower seeds. And the cosmos flower seed. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And we'll get those both in here too. Rose and cosmos flowers. There it is. And now the tier 2, right? Tier 2 carbon extractor is now providing me with rods directly. And so now the bots can just go ahead and get me the rods directly. However, I still do have 2 pieces of carbon right here. So let's just kind of make our own rod really quick. And then we'll go ahead and get our grass seed on. And then we'll hook that other one up. Grass seed, there it is. Now we just need the... I have the iron ingots, I think. Somewhere in storage here. There's some steel. I need to just have the stuff necessary to bring power... Or just the water out that way. And I think I have composite metal, but I'm not sure that's enough to get it all the way out there. But it might be enough. It would be enough if I just had a single more. Like I have one more composite metal. That would certainly be enough if I did that. So why don't I just real quickly stop in and do that because I can. Oh, it's already right there on the crafting table. I already did it. Huh, there it is. Okay, so we have now 2 of those composite metals. I want to get some grass over here too. All right, so we'll get another one right where this overlaps. We'll try to overlap that one too. So this water needs to go out this way, right? So we'll say right about here would be okay, probably. And we'll grab the water extender and let's put it right about, I don't know what you think, about here. Something around there. Should be all right, I think. Let's grab it. And I'm assuming it'll let me go all the way out that way. It does indeed let me do this. So we'll hook it up right there. And now I should start seeing all sorts of stuff growing on that side because we have the water delivered to that. And man, it's so big. And there's a tier 3 on these things too. So now we'll start seeing the grass spread. It goes real quick. Look at that. And, obviously not meant to be realistic or anything. But now we get the ferns, the daisies, all the other flowers and stuff, all the other seeds that we placed in there will also grow in this area. And then I suspect it will go all the way out to where that tower is done spinning. I think that's probably the range. So I think because of that, we should see overlap eventually. Okay, so we'll put another one over here on this side of the hill. And then it's just a matter of making ridiculous amounts of carbon rods. Just make rods all the time, which I don't have to do anymore because of that carbon extractor. So now it's just a matter of making seeds all the time. So before we go off and make that other tower, I've gotten all of the seeds for the first category, and it's unlocked shrub flora now. And so I can go get ground clover seeds as well. So I can go ahead and grab this. And rather than synthesizing a new one, I'm just going to use these seeds on the new on the new tower that we're making. So I've got sprinkler tier 2. I've got the 2 bloom cores, so I can make that. And then I've got composite metal with me, so I can extend the piping. So I should theoretically have everything I need to make this happen. Although there is some gold wire on the ground, and I feel like I want to have that on the cart. So I'm just going to go in here, and then I should be able to grab the wire from right here. There we go. All right, so let's go on over, make another one. I believe I can route the water without much difficulty here. Yeah, because the tank doesn't have 2 connections. But I can go off of that one and just go over the hill, or I can bring another one from that side. I do have composite metal, remember, so I think maybe right here would be okay. Yeah, there's definitely some overlap right here, so we're going to be good. So let's grab you here. And sprinkler tier 2, and let's zoom out really quick. And I want to say probably somewhere around the very edge of the range I'm at, probably around here. I kind of want to go a little further out, to be honest. I don't know. Let's see how the range on that is pretty good. So I think if I go just a little bit further out, I'd be all right. Like right about here would be fine. Like near the top of this, near this little tiny hill. So I think this will be okay. So let's grab our printer, and yeah, like as far over here as it'll let me go and still be flat. I don't want to be on the top of the hill, but like maybe right about here. Yeah. I'm trying to see the shadow. I think that's going to overlap. And then over there too, I see it's like almost to the, yeah, almost to the water. So like maybe right about here would be okay. All right. There's definitely overlap between these two. And that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so from there, the port's going to be on that side. And what we want to do is have all the seeds delivered too. So if I have all the seeds in my backpack. Okay, so I've been putting grass on the far right side is how I've been doing it. So we'll just keep that consistent. And then I'm going to have Lily of the Valley on this one. Let's put ferns in here. Let's put daisies. Let's put the lupine. That's like purple. And then we can put ground clover seed here too, as well as sunflowers. Yeah, and that's it. I have an extra sunflower seed. So we'll take that water socket and we'll connect it to another connection point over here. And let's go ahead and have the water extender tier 1. I'm not sure how far out it'll let me go. I never really pushed the boundaries of that here, but I'm going to try maybe here for this and see if it'll let me have it from there. And so while I'm here, I might as well connect this, right? So let's go ahead and grab you. We'll connect it to there, and then I will see if that hose will go all the way over to that side. I don't know if it will. We have reached a limit. There is a limit on this. It goes pretty far out, but we're pretty much at it. So oh my gosh, I actually thought we could make it. I almost got there. That's very close. So I just need to move it a tiny bit and we're good to go. It's kind of a pain in the ass to have to make this trek all the way over there. But if I just move this like a foot, I'll move it more than a foot just to be sure. But yeah, we'll just switch it up, go move. And then if I just put this like here, then we're solid. That's all I really needed to do. And that's, maximum effort. So based on the shadow, it looks like this is going to put the tip of the grass, the edge of the grass is going to be right about at the edge of this hill. It's going to be right about where Blossom is standing right now. Yeah. I kind of was thinking maybe of having a little bit of a buffer zone between the lake, just so I'm not driving in the grass all the time. But yeah, I like that. That's a good distance. And then look, you can see all the new flowers and stuff, all the sunflower seeds, lupine, everything's just very wild over here. Well, we should be getting shrubs over here too. Yeah, this will be the most wild looking place of all the ones we've done because I put the most variety of seeds on this side. And you can see it the grass kind of starts out yellowish in color, but eventually it does get this really lush green. See the ferns over here. We got lots of different flowers over here. And it didn't quite overlap. Look at that. It didn't quite overlap. I think though, if I reposition this and I put a tier 2 here instead, I might be able to get it to overlap both of these. If I really work on positioning, I don't think it matters enough to me to do that. It's honestly like put a tier 2 here and then maybe sit it right about where that miner is, right? Because there's a pretty good radius difference there. So if I put this maybe right about there where the tip of the miner is, I think it will overlap at least that one, maybe this one too. But placing a tier 2 on both of these now, you know, just go get a couple more. It's just bloom cores. It's real simple. I'm wondering though, if I tear it down, if I'll get the seeds back. And if I do get the seeds back, if I'll even be able to find them, because they're probably not going to go directly to my pack unless I've got a lot of room. So yeah, there's that. Let's grab a clover seed. And then what we'll do is we'll go back and get the final flower seed. I'm assuming this is what it needs to be, a wildflower seed. And then we simply place these, nope, not the sunflower seed, the wildflower seed combined with the, oh, you can't. Yes, it can't do that. Okay, so this is the part where we need the collider tier 2 because it doesn't allow me to put the other seed in there. So the collider tier 2, don't have access to it yet. Is it in my recipe book? Let me leave the printer over here. Take the bike over there instead. Let me see if the printer has this available for me right now. Doesn't appear so. The structural base collider tier 2. Yeah, so we need to get to 2000 on the oxygen and then I'll have access to this. So in the meantime, I suppose I'll just, you know, give a lot of variety to the seeds that are at the existing stations and then upgrade the existing stations is, I think, where I need to be here. I need to be upgrading the existing ones. So we'll stop right here. I can make a bunch of different seeds, right? Let's make, what is it? Sunflower seeds again. That gives me sunflowers basically everywhere. So I think I'm done on the sunflowers. I got a lot of those. I like the lupine. The purple is a good contrast. I'm digging that. I'm starting to think I need another one of these. I'm actually not making the rods fast enough. Even with this going directly to rods instead of having the carbon and having to process it, even with that step skipped, it's still not fast enough for me. I got to make seeds a lot faster than this. So I think I'm going to get 2 extractors just to do it. So we'll do that. And then do we have another carbon extractor? That's going to be cobalt ingots. All right, let's see what the process looks like to move these towers. So we're going to take and deconstruct this. And we're going to see whether or not it allows me to place it. Because now you got a big old spot here where there's nothing growing. And so I want to see now, if I grab the printer, can I say sprinkler tier 2 in a place where there is already growth? And it looks to me like that is not the thing. It's going to make me move it further away. Must be flat and clear. So it looks like it'll let me move it right here. That's actually not bad. It's like it wants me to move it further, and then it wants me to... There's a spot right in the middle here where it'll let me do it. So that's where I'm going to put it. It's right there. Okay. So this is a tier 2. I'm hoping that stretches all the way over there. It kind of looks like maybe it has a chance to overlap. Don't know. It's not spinning yet, so I got to see that. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. It all dies without this. Whoa. That sucks. And look, you lose the seeds too. The seeds, well, maybe you don't. Maybe they're on the ground. This is regolith though. Yeah, I don't think the seeds are on the ground. Oh, maybe they are right here. Yep, poppy seeds, grass seeds. And that's it, I think. I didn't have anything else in this tower. Yeah. Okay. So, but look you can see how it's maneuvering, right? So that is going to overlap significantly with that side. So I don't need it to overlap quite that far. And then over here on that side, it looks like there is a little bit of overlap over there too. Okay, maybe this is okay. I'm looking at it right, and I think I would rather it be even further away. So I've decided to come over just a little bit more. I don't know, my indecisiveness, but I really want to get this to where it's overlapping both. I think I can do it. If I just go out a little bit further, I can get a better path on this. And I think maybe right about here is good. Right about where I want to be, right here. I think. I don't know. It's close, but we're gonna try right there. Okay. So with that done, I'm gonna go ahead and get in my car, move on over here. I need to reconnect the water pipe. And most likely, given the distance, I'm going to need another extender that goes out through here. I think also it would be a good idea just to clear this out. The little rocks of iron, I don't mind so much. I think aesthetically they're pretty pleasing. They're all right. But the copper's got to go. All right. I think probably we're going to need a new water pump here at some point. But that's fixed now. It's all hooked up. And that big old arm is going to reach all the way over there. And you can see there's a bit of overlap with that shadow. So that makes me think that we're not going to... Well, hang on now. This one here... Look at this, right? That shadow is actually further out than the grass ended up being. So we may have another gap there anyway. Screw it. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done repositioning this. It's okay. It's going to be fine, all right? And then we're going to change this one to a tier 2 as well. And we'll place this probably slightly further out, right? We have a good range here that's going to come out like there. There we go. And we can place this one just a little bit further out that way, maybe closer to that water. Have a nice little oasis there. Maybe we even make our base there. I've been trying to come up with a reason to make a habitat. You know, there just isn't a reason in the entire game to do this, but I think I'm going to make a little habitat right here, right? It's a peaceful oasis away from it all, right? The only thing I wish is that I didn't have to have this giant thing there persistently spinning all the time near my oasis. That's it. I just wish I didn't have to have that, because as soon as you move that, then all the stuff dies, and that sucks. I don't like that. But maybe once the sky turns blue, which there's a little bit of a tinge going on there on the horizon. Maybe once the sky turns blue and there's lots of greenery already in the game, maybe the whole ground just turns green like the algae did. So then I won't need them at all. All right, let's give that a shot. So I'm going to put the printer, let's say, right about here should do. And we're going to break down this tower and see what we can do here. And I don't want to have to I don't want to have to go all the way over there and get the water again. Man, that's hard to see where it is, isn't it? Okay, so right over there, that pipe goes all the way over here. So I don't want to have to go do that again. So what we're going to do is I'll place one of those connectors right here. And then we'll just... hook it up at that point. So I will grab this right here. Let's go water extender, and let's place a water extender kind of where this already is. This should be good enough though from where I want to go. So I'll place one like right about here, and then this makes it a lot easier to go. I don't have to go all the way over there. I can just grab it from here and connect it here right away. All right, there we go. And that disconnects it from this side, although it looks like it's clipping through here anyway. It's weird. Anyway, so can I grab, yes, the seeds. I want to grab these seeds. All right, all done. And then I think the bloom core, it's only one bloom core, so it should go onto my backpack, I believe. So if I break this down, there we go. Now, as a visual reference of where that is, it looks like that hose is actually going to mark where it was for me. That's how nice of it. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a good thing. So we're going to place that just a little bit further over from where it was before. And I do have the second bloom core on board. So we should be able to get it, I think like right about here would be a good fit. Just a little bit further out, right? And yeah, this says I need to move it further away even still. So we can bring it like right around here. Should be all right. There we go. And then now all I got to do is... I'm not entirely sure why that looks like that. And I'm going to see about... Maybe if I move this a little bit, it'll change that. Because it'll like respawn the hose. There it goes. And then I could just hook this up like this. And then we'll place the seeds back in it. We'll be ready to rock and roll. So like there. So let's put the grass seed back in it. There. And then poppy seeds. Sure. Let's get the roses. We'll get ferns. We'll get dandelions. I want some purple in there. And then these ones here are reserved for bigger things like trees and all those things. Okay. Cool. Hopefully there's some overlap over there on that side, but I have upgraded these to tier 2. And I think with those things in place, I think anyway, with those things in place, we should get the milestone very quickly. Real quick look at the tanks though. And actually, if we just take a real quick look at the balance sheet for this, right? It should tell us it anywhere. So we're plus 6.6. So we are still fine on water, I think. Well, hang on. Now those numbers are dropping though. Oh, I see. Sometimes it's 0.6, 6.6, and then all of a sudden it's like pulling from it a little bit. Maybe it's the carbon extractor. It's possible the carbon extractor is doing it. Like, I'm not sure. There is a point though where it does pull pretty heavy, but I think for the most part we're all right here. Yeah, see right now it's negative 23 and then it stays 6.6. I think though, if you consider it, the 6.6 stays positive longer than that 23 does, and it's going to be fine. Like it's net fine. But we'll have to take a look at it because, you know, the extender there, it's going to show 1,000. And if it starts to decrease really rapidly, yeah, I think I need a little bit extra water. And you see, I could add a pump. You know, I could add some more water over here. But again, this is my Oasis. This is supposed to be my tranquil place. I don't want a big old water pump. I don't want that. Right? Is this still growing? Yeah, it's still coming out. I would hope to see it way out where my car is here, is where I was hoping to be. And based on the shadow, I think it's going to end right about where my right side tire is going to be here. Is probably where it's going to be, which is good. Because then I can have another one out this way. But if I'm going to have another one out this way, see, we're getting close to the point where we're going to be getting in with these pumps, right? And so I'm thinking instead of adding more water over there, I can just get this, change this to be the tier 3, and then route that water that direction and hook up both of the bases to where they have the same water supply. That would be huge, you know, shared water supply that way. Because that drill's not working anymore, so these pumps can just provide it that way. I think it's kind of cool. I do wish the render distance was increased, but I like the haze of the atmosphere and how you can see it in the distance. Even the third one, you can even see that there's 3 of them on screen right now. It's a little hard to tell, but the other one's right behind that. You see it? Yeah, it's right off in the distance. I like it. It's cool. We'll add another one over here too. So since we're going to add another one over here too, then I might as well just route the water all the way over there. That'll be how I make up the difference, I think. Before we go out there and put another seed spreader in that area though, I think it's time we upgrade our genetic collider. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and break this one down. And there we go. And now we can replace it with tier 2, which we just got the blueprint for. So let's go ahead and do that. And this will let us get even more complicated things. Yeah. So right about, let's see what would be here. Yeah, I mean, same spot, right? So just go like that, I suppose. And then we want to hook it up. Same power plug as I was using before, I suppose. Ziggity zaggity. There we go. Okay, so with this, we need to put the seeds in the right spot. So this one would be, I guess, the ground clover seed. And we would combine that with the last seed, I think, the wildflower. So if we put those 2 in here, 1, 2. Nothing. Okay. So it's probably 2 of the ground clover seeds then. I guess that makes sense. That's how the other one started. The other one started with just 2 grass seeds, so I guess we're gonna continue that. So right about there. There we go. So now we can see some more stuff regarding that. And we can go ahead and also add ground clover to some of the other towers as well. It's trying to make a bloom core. Ended up making a bio core instead. Whoops. Luckily, we got this handy dandy recycler here now. So I could just place that bio core right there. Bang. That's nice. Huh? I don't even have to worry about picking that up because my drones will do it for me, right? So if I go backpack mode, I can just drop the steel on the ground and my drones will just, you know, they'll take care of it for me. I don't have to worry about it. It'll be great. Well, no, they won't, because if the storages are full of that resource already, then they won't go get it, right? They're like, hey, I don't need any more. So there is that problem. We'll just go ahead and store the steel in here. I don't like things hanging out on the ground. There's the oak tree, though. Right there, Goldor. The oak tree seed we just unlocked. So, yeah, we want to go ahead and grab that for sure. And then we probably add the oak tree seed with the ground clover seed to get the next one. Yep, there it is. And so to get these, we need 2 carbon rods. And the carbon rods are, well, it's going to be a bit before they're in there. So let's go ahead and grab, I think we have everything I need. Gosh, I might need water. You know what? I might need more water things. I think so. So why don't we, do I want to get the composite metal for that? Or do I want to go tier 2? Tricky situation. If I go, oops, that's not what I want to do. If I go with tier 2s, nope, these, yeah, I have the iron ingots in stock, but tell you what, why don't we bring a few of them with us, yeah? So I'll just go ahead and do that really quick so I can have water extenders. I may not need them, but we'll go ahead and do it. I don't know where the iron ingots are. Instead of going through all the storages to find them, I'm just going to make the damn thing and then tear it down, and that will give me the resources for it in my backpack. So I don't have to, like, you know, go search for it. That's my train of thought on that anyway. So I now have what it takes to extend the water out this way with a tier 2 anyway. And then I think because of where this water line is, I can probably do it right about here. Get oleander seeds. I think it would probably right about here is a good spot for it. Maybe just on the other side of the hill. Again, I don't want to have to drive on this stuff all the time. So I think maybe on the other side of this hill, like right here would be okay. You know, we can have it be it to where there's a cleared gap between the grass areas so that I can drive without being in the grass. Let's put it like right about here, I say. That's probably fine. So with that there, I need a water extender as well. And then I need to bring the water from that side over here. And I got tier 2 just so I have longer hoses. So with that done, we'll take our water extender tier 2. You can bring that, let's say, right to this, right to the edge of the hill. I think right to the edge of the hill. We do it about here. Should be good enough. Then we'll bring you over. And I don't have any grass seeds or anything for this. I didn't put them. I might have put some of them on the cart though. I'll take a look. But I ran out of carbon rods. I have some of them. So clover seed, right? Ground clover, we'll put that there. And wildflowers, we'll put that over here on this side. There we go. So yeah, at least some seeds in there. But I thought I added some other ones over here. It doesn't look like it. I got one right here. There's poppy flowers. And that looks like that's it though, as far as the seeds I have on me. I just need to wait for more carbon rods to show up. And because the tier 2 seeds are 2 carbon rods to spawn, I'm assuming the tier 3 stuff will be 3 carbon rods or 4 or whatever. I don't know if it doubles every time. But because of that, yeah, I think I want another one of them tier 2 spinny things over there to get me more carbon. I want more carbon extraction, I think. All right, so our water connection is right there. So from there, let's get a halfway point. Yeah, probably right about here, this halfway point is where I would want the water connection to exist. So we'll put another water extender right up next to this water area. Let's say maybe here. This is probably fine. And then we just have a lot of walking to do because you can't actually drive and hold these at the same time. So I got a lot of walking to do to connect these things. But once we're done, that should start spreading things right away. And then I think I'll have enough carbon back at the base to create some oak trees and stuff. And then I just want to add trees to these other ones. But look at the sky, right? We are getting very close to these blue skies that we demand. These blue skies are all over the place. And we're getting close to, you know, the final stages of the game as well. Where is that water? Right over here. Yep. All the way down over here. And we plug it in, plug it in. There we go. So with that, the other one's going to start spinning, as you can see, and it should start spreading, not grass yet, but it'll start spreading a lot of stuff. You know, tier 2 stuff, if you will. And then we'll just have to work at it from there. It looks to me like we're going to have a pretty clear gap between these two things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely a place to drive through it. All right, let's get another carbon extractor. I just don't think we're getting it fast enough, the carbon. Want it to be faster. So we'll place that, I guess, over next to the other one. Pretty much right where the old one used to be. Guess I'll get my printer to be over here too. Right about here is good enough, I think. And the carbon extractor takes what now? I forget. Tungsten and cobalt, for which I do not have enough of. That is until right now. Yeah, there we go. The magic of video editing is great, isn't it? We want a tier 2 carbon extractor. Here we go. And I think I'll place it right over here. Have it face this direction. Seems fine to me. Okay. Now we just need to hook it up to the water and power again. We'll just rob it from what's hooked into the rocket. There we go. Don't need that. And we'll plug it in right over here. And then the power is... Oh, actually, they modified these. So now all of the solar panels and stuff, they actually have 2 ports, which allows you to daisy chain them together. So we don't even need these extra junctions like this anymore. This is all very messy. We don't even need that to happen anymore because each of them can be plugged into each other now. But it also means I can plug it in here. So we'll just do that. And there we go. So now I need a lot of these things. So I think what I should do is raise the limit on those carriers, the bots, the storage bots, whatever. I need to raise their limits because having them keep my storage at 10 of them or 12, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So instead, because I'm going to need a lot of them for all these seeds, I'm going to say unlimited, I think is what we're going to do. You can fill my storages with these suckers because we're going to use them. So let's go ahead and configure and we'll bring you, here we go. Carbon rods, 20? No, not 20, all the way. Not 0 either. Can I just, I guess it has to be 20. Is there a way to, set to forever, E. There we go. There's a handy tooltip at the bottom of the screen. Are you guys proud of me? I actually saw text on the screen. Can you believe it? I saw text that was on the screen. It is a constant struggle for me usually. For whatever reason, I just don't see tooltips very often. Let's grab grass seed. I know it doesn't progress me in unlocking new recipes or anything, but we'll grab that. And then let's just place the tungsten in here. I want to grab that grass seed again. Because that other one over there, it doesn't actually have grass. It's growing a lot of stuff, you can see. It's very green, though, isn't it? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't like the color of this green. Like, that's much better. But it's the way the lights reflect. I think the light is weird on this. That's way better. This... Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that light is. Look at the blue sky, though, right? 98%, 99%, etc. This is going to look way better, though, once we get actual grass in here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll put the grass seed right there. There we go. And the poppies can go there, too. So we'll at least have... Oh, yeah. Very blue skies now. And very, very green bushes. But we're going to achieve 100% oxygen for life. Planet Sky has now completely turned blue. And seasons is now available in the computer. We can now see the seasons. Oh, man. Game certainly looks different now with blue skies and green grass. Oh, yeah. It's great. Get out. Take a look at it. I think this is my thumbnail. What do you think? Yeah? Blue skies with... I mean... I wish I could take the text off the screen. Wish there was a way to just remove the UI for a second to have good thumbnails, but can't do it. Don't have the ability. So I have to kind of do something like this with it. It's kind of what I've been doing. It's really hard to do, especially with this car in my way, but like right up, like something like this, maybe, you know, maybe. It's hard. It's very hard. Thumbnails are the bane of my existence. I hate them. It's my least favorite part of the entire job, right? Is thumbnails. I wish I could hire somebody to just do them for me all the time. Like a full-time thumbnail guy or gal. But unfortunately, my release schedule typically is so fast, and so like I push out so many videos that no one can keep up. Nobody can keep up with me. You know, you just would not be able to reliably have. I would be waiting for thumbnails constantly. I would say, hey, I'd love to release this to you. I really would, on schedule. But unfortunately, my thumbnail person, you know, they're not done yet. And on top of that, you know, paying people is expensive. Not because it's, you know, it's not like it's unjustifiably expensive. It's just expensive. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. You know, this is it's a full-time job. I make enough to make it a full-time job. But if I had to pay someone to do my thumbnails, they would make more than I do. I think, yeah, I would end up basically paying more than 50% of my income would be to my thumbnail artist. And that's just not good. I don't want to do that either. So even if they could keep up with me, it would be too expensive. So I deal with what I got. I also noticed the drones are not picking up my carbon rods. This is very weird. So like I have a bunch of carbon rods on the ground right here. They're not picking them up anymore. And before you think, oh, well, you're at your production limit. Remember, I said infinite. So they're not picking them up. And it's weird because like I'm not able to make the seeds because they're not registering as being in storage. So I've been picking them up and I'm placing them in storage. But these guys are just sitting around. So that's strange, right? I'm not crazy. That's pretty strange. It's actually not strange at all. It's power. They don't have it. They're not getting it. We have now reached the peak of our power. Yes, all these batteries are drained. And during the day, perhaps they will fill. I don't know. But we have now reached the peak of it. I've added too many things. And it is now time to add even more power production. So that's the thing. Now, I don't have the uranium burner, right? I don't have that thing. But if I had that tier 3 fuel generator, then I would be able to see it spinning right now. And that would have told me, oh, hey, we don't have it. So I would have been able to know that at that point. So it looks like I have to expand power. Shouldn't be too hard. While I'm doing that, I suppose I'll clean this up. The mountain, right? The hill. I suppose I'll clean this up and have these things chained together instead of having all these lines around. And then I'll add probably another, I don't know, I'll add another wind turbine over on that side. Probably add more solar production, maybe over there, top that hill maybe. And I guess I could burn the uranium. I just don't want to. I like the idea of having it be completely and totally renewable energy. I don't know. It's just the way it is. That's just who I am. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. We have blue skies. It's fantastic. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Come on back for the next one as we will make it rain. Yeah, water from above. That's the next objective. We're already 1% of the way there. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.